Hey guys, Hoffster here, and today I'm going to be doing a max HP video with the help of Mothrship. So, as most of you probably know, GHCD had published a video over a year ago, sometime in August, about getting max HP. It was his second try, and he managed to get 1326. And he challenged people to get past him and show proof, so here we go. So we decided to test it out on Knight. So we used the Breastplate of New Life, Deckering, and the Augmer on the Knight. With just the Pally buff, we managed to get it to up to 1,266 HP. So just a bit short of GHCD's record of 1,326. So we decided to take a little farther, and recently, as you probably saw in a loot montage, I did get the Helm of Draconic Dominance, which there's a small review of at the end of this video, so if you're interested in that item, you can stay tuned for that. But for just this purpose, we used the Pixie Sword, because there's no sword that gives HP, Helm of Draconic Dominance, Breastplate of New Life, and the Ring of Decade. So without any buffs or anything like that, we had 1,120 HP. So with just the Draconic Helm buff, because it weirdly stacks with the Pally buff, not exactly sure how that works, but with just the buff, it gives 250 HP, so plus 600. So we already beat GHCD's record with 1,370 HP. So that wasn't really that far above, so we decided to take a little farther and use some life effusions. Popping all the life effusions after the Helm of Draconic Dominance, we managed to get to a whopping 1,516 HP, which is plus 746. That's a lot of freaking HP. So although that is a lot of HP, you probably don't want to actually use this set in general, just because, I don't know, it's pretty low defense. You do have a lot of HP, but it's temporary from the Helm buff and the effusions. So unless you have like a million effusions at your disposal, then you're not going to really be able to have this much HP. So we thought that was pretty cool to share. We did have a max Dexterity challenge also on the channel, so if you want to check that out, as well as if you want to check out GHCD's video on the max health challenge, I can link cards for both of those right now. And now we're going to move on to the Helm of Draconic Dominance showcase, so we'll get right into that. Alright, so getting into the Helm of Draconic Dominance, it is part of the Dragon Tamer ST set, which drops from the Lair of Draconis. It's a pretty interesting item, so let's get right into it. As you just saw, it gave 250 HP for 10 seconds with a 10-second cooldown. So unlike the Paladin, you can't stack this buff or spam it. It is a 10-second cooldown in between the use, which is kind of what makes it bad in my opinion. It's not a very good item, but it definitely is worthy of its own review. It also gives a 2.5 second paralyze for 2 seconds. So as you can see here, the yellow radius around it is the paralyzed radius. So it's kind of interesting. It's not a very big radius, so it's not very useful, especially if you have an electric pet. The electric pet, you can just sit it on it, and then you can use your jug to keep you safer or your G-Gen for more damage, instead of wasting time and effort, instead of wasting DPS by paralyzing it and giving yourself a max HP bonus. I also find the double defense on the jug to be much better than the 250 HP, but for weird things like Marble Colossus survival phase or some other things like that, like Shaitans, where defense doesn't matter, then the Helm of Draconic Dominance will be much better because you want the HP over defense. On the other hand, it gives no Berserk like the Jug and the G-Gen do, so you're missing out on DPS and group DPS. So if you're the only one in that Shaitan, I would rather use a G-Gen than the Helm of Draconic Dominance, just to give a complete buff to your allies. As well as the B Helm also does the same and gives Curse, so that would be the best option there. I'm not going to throw in any gameplay of me running around with solely the Helm, just because it's not very a good item by itself, but with the set, you get some pretty good bonuses out of that, so we can definitely go into those once I get the Indomitable as a drop. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.